Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Black 20. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He finds his tight end Gentry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Two times.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Call it a 1 yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Like 80.
Likes 50. Bandit.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on the... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with the former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. There to make the tackle, Steven Nelson.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run with Wilkins. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Check out. Right, 622. Here we go.
Luck now to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 27-yard line. 36 yards on the play. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3, 2nd and 7, forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On the run, it's Pumphrey. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on.
On 3rd down, it's Wilkins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Every time I see a coach challenge a spot, that makes me a little bit nervous for that coach. Those are very difficult to get overturned.
Well, the biggest reason, correct me if I'm wrong, is just technology. A lot of times you just don't have the angle.
Yeah, I think all the coaches, when they want to challenge that type of a play, they want to put the magnets or the things, the sensors in the ball to show exactly where it is. But right now, it's all about us humans.
Blue draw quarters.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Give me something. On.
Check out read.
They snap it to Locke. And that is going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
This time, Roethlisberger will throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
230.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, my 7.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll run it here with Wilkins. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Let's make these babies cry.
On 3rd down, it's Wilkins. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This is Wilkins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Here we go, D. Check.
From the gun, here's Love. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On the carry, it's Wilkins. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down now, it's Wilkins. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They've played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Roethlisberger. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Roethlisberger will throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Throwing deep for Galladay. He's got a man, complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Here's Luck. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. The final shot before the break. Luck. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Here's Lott, and he connects with Ebron. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Strong right.
They'll run on first down. Wilkins. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They run with Pumphrey. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run again with Pumphrey. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Watch 54. Hey, pick your game up.
They run again with Wilkins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mexico. Reggie. Watch the flood.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Vinatieri's kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Roethlisberger. Open man here is Gentry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
We want it. Come to my world.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Cleveland Farrell in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Wilkins, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And some space here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Cleveland Farrell getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's counter. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
30. 50.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer, complete. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Cleveland Farrell. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll roll him out right. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 15. Check 15. Check 15.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. Able to find Switzer. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset, and let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
44.
4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. from the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To Switzer over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's second down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Let's go, D.
Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. He's going to let it and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Go, go, go.
Again, it's Pumphrey. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for the Colts, they finish off the season with a victory, which is the good news. The bad news is that it'll wrap up a dreadful 4-12 campaign. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this is